Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. We come to you live the first weekend of July here in year 4 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League, and the division leading Chicago Cubs. The first time we've been able to say that in 4 years. They head to St. Louis to take on that man, Bob Gibson, and the St. Louis Cardinals. Gibson has righted the ship. He is going to try to carry the Cardinals back into contention. Locking up against him will be Cubs rookie Lon Warneke. Warneke has been solid, but he is going up against Gibby in what should be a good one. Gibson has been throwing very well lately. 6-4. He's got the RA down to 3.08 on the season. That whip is still a little bit high for Gibson, but he's not walking as many guys as of late. He is not giving up as many long balls as of late. And Gibson's number is starting to creep back into where you're expecting Bob Gibson numbers to be. Bill Lang, batting 290, steps in to start things off for the Cubbies. Greatly appreciate you tuning in here for a rare late night broadcast from me. Much appreciated. Corey Highfield, the great Beatles eternally, in the house, as well as SGJ Jamie. Thank you, fellas, for tuning in. I hope you all are well. Lang skies this one to center. Drifting towards the gap is Edmonds. He puts that one away for the first out, and we're underway. Your Cubs lineup: Lang, Cavaretta, and Hack. That top of the order has been very good. Rookie Bill Nicholson, Ron Santo, Ian Happ, Javi Baez, the abysmal to this point this season, Gabby Hartnett, and Bill Dowling round out your Cubs lineup. Here's Cavaretta having a very solid season, 313, 9 homers, 30 RBIs. The Cubs have pitched very well this season, and again, the NL Central has just plain been very mediocre this season. The Pirates started off terribly, then took off like they had been shot out of a cannon. But then in mid-June, the Pirates went through a 9-game losing streak as the Cubs got hot, and the Cubs have overtaken them. So the Pirates still in pursuit. Don't sugarcoat it. Yeah, I mean, Hartnett has just he's been right around that 200 mark pretty much from day one of this season. And he had a very solid year last year, but Hartnett just cannot get going. And it's amazing that the Cubs are in first because Sando hasn't had a very good sophomore campaign either. Low liner there. Hornsby snares it, puts it away for the second out. Speaking of guys who have not played up to their normal ability, Rogers Hornsby, and that's been a big component of the Cardinals' struggles this year. Here's Stan Hack. Hack batting 312, good for 9th in the National League. 9 homers, 37 RBIs. Hack's hanging in the designated hitter role with Ron Santo manning down the third base slot. If he misses up high there, it's 1-0. Beatles knows Hack, a good clutch hitter. Yeah, Hack was top 5 in the batting race. I'm forgetting if it was year 1 or year 2, but he was hanging right around that batting race one year. He's been a very solid player for the Cubs. He didn't have a great year last year, but the first 2 years he was very good. Oh, wicked slider there from Gibson. Hack just kind of gets stuck mid-swing. And the count goes to 1-2. Gibson rocks and fires again. Comes inside, and that one hit him. Obviously no intent there. That's a slider. Gibson frustrated. But now he'll deal with Nicholson, the rookie. And Nicholson, he's only hitting 249, but he's over the 20 homer mark. We'll see his total stats here in a moment. 22 homers, 41 RBIs. Of course, it's his career high, you numbskull. It's his rookie season. But Nicholson, the Cubs have gotten virtually no output offensively from their outfield since the FSBL started. They haven't gotten Billy Williams or Hack Wilson or Sosa. all these guys who could be in the pipeline for the Cubs. He's a feeling that Beatles knows very well about his Pirates, but the Pirates have been able to overcome it so far. But the Cubs have their offense from the outfield has been non-existent. So having Nicholson and Andy Pafko join them this year has really given them a boost, and they pitched very well. 2-0 the count. Here's Gibson works to Nicholson. Good slider there in for a called strike. From the set again, fastball there, and Nicholson can't catch up to it. Count now 2-2. Ed Simmons sets the signal. Sets, runner goes, and it doesn't matter because Gibson fans Nicholson to wrap up the first. So Gibson hits Hack but works around it. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Here at Busch Stadium, Cubs nothing, Cardinals coming up. On the hill for Chicago, the rookie right-hander Lon Warneke. He's been very solid, 6-5, 3.54. Giving up about a hit an inning, not walking too many guys. And there's a decent strikeout number for Warneke there. 99 strikeouts in 114 innings. That's not a bad sum at all. Here's Ray Langford. Langford's been very good. 278. He's in the top 10 in RBIs. Curveball misses down and away. Langford's strong performance have gotten the Cardinals to send rookie Lou Brock back down to the minors just to get some playing time. Brock wasn't playing that well, but Brock will certainly make an impact. But Langford just doing a very, very nice job keeping Brock around basically just to be a pinch runner. Didn't really make any sense. They don't want to stunt his growth. 1-1 offering from Warneke. Langford, who is prone to the strikeout, takes a half swing and a ball put up high. And the count goes to 1-2. Fastball there, and Warneke gasses him. Down goes Langford. And there's one away. Warneke strikes out the first batter to face him. So that'll bring up Chick Hafey. Hafey batting .267. Takes a fastball down low. It's 1-0. 15 homers, 34 RBIs for Hafey. Second deals. Hafey pops it straight up the chute. Bartlett ditches the mask, and quickly there's two away here in the bottom of the first. Howie the Bernedoodle comes downstairs to join me for the game. Second baseman. Cardinals lineup: Langford, Hafey, and Hornsby. Mize, Edmonds, and the rookie Ted Simmons. Ken Boyer, George Hendrick, and Ozzie Smith. So here's Hornsby stepping in again. Hornsby has been an all-star all 3 years of the FSBL. He has been a terrific performer, but he has just scuffled a bit this season. Hornsby batting only .252. 15 homers, 43 RBIs. So his run production has still been solid. Even so, seeing the Raja down at .252, you are not expecting that. Turns that one around, but falls it foul. 134 homers in the career for Rogers Hornsby. He has been the best second baseman in the game. Ground ball here to third. Santo has it. Rushes that throw unnecessarily, but gets him. And the side is retired. So a 1-2-3 inning for Warneke. We head to the top of the second here at Busch. Cubs and Cards are scoreless. So here's Santo, and Santo, after a terrific rookie campaign last year, has struggled here. 221, 10 homers, 36 RBIs. Those power numbers are actually up over the last few weeks. Santo has played such a good third base defensively. Cubs have kept on trotting him out there, and he's showing signs. Hitting the ball a bit harder. You see last 8 games, 4 doubles, 8 RBIs for Santo. I believe Santo was third in the National League Rookie of the Year voting a year ago. Fastball. Gibson there is fouled off as he's ahead of Santo 0-2. Simmons wants it away. Gibson doesn't care what Simmons wants and put the slider down low. Simmons signals up high. We'll see if Gibby listens this time, and he does, and he gets him looking, locks up Santo there for the strikeout. Second strikeout for Gibson, and there's one away.
The left fielder, number 8.
Santo knew that one. He was looking elsewhere. So here's Ian Happ. Happ's doing a decent job for the Cubs this year. 271. Switch hitting left fielder. Bounce off the first pitch and Gibson. Fires. Fastball misses inside. One and one the count. Gibson rocks and fires again. Fastball at the knees. It's 1-2. Sign again. Fastball and gasses Happ as well. So Gibson dialing it up a bit here. 3 strikeouts here through the first 5 outs of the ball game. We talked about how Gibson has been pitching much more like is expected of Bob Gibson. Now remember, Gibson has really not had great regular seasons. He's been very average, frankly, during the regular seasons throughout the first 3 years of the FSBL as Javi Baez steps in. 269, 7 homers, 22 RBIs. The Bob Gibson, however, we saw in the first 2 postseasons. The Cardinals made the National League Championship Series in the first 2 years of the FSBL. And Bob Gibson in the postseason was Bob Gibson, everything you would expect Bob Gibson to be. ERA of less than 1.5 in the postseason over, I want to say it's 8 starts. Just terrific postseason work from Gibson. But in the regular season, he's been just kind of so-so. Not bad by any means, but by Bob Gibson standards, bad as he gives up the single there to Baez. So this now, his ERA down around 3. Getting much closer to the Bob Gibson we're expecting to see. Slider there, and here's Gabby Hartnett. 11 homers, that's all well and good, but 190, a 602 OPS for Hartnett off the heels of a very solid year in year 3. Again, I use just the year 1 to whatever mechanism when I talk about different projects that I'm doing, just because it makes it easier than saying one league is 2027 and one league is 2023 or whatever. It's just counting them how many seasons have been on from their inception seems to work a lot better. Runner goes. Simmons, a strong throw, but a terrific jump there from Baez. Nothing that Simmons could do about that. 6th stolen base of the year for Javi, and the Cubs have a runner in scoring position. 2-1 the count here as Gibson works to Hart. Up and in, and Gibson is his second batter of the game. Hartnett gives a menacing look there towards Bob Gibson, but I don't think Gabby Hartnett wants any part of that. So now, first and second, here's Bill Dowling. Dowling hitting 284. Dowling has missed a good portion of this year. You'll see only 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Dowling missed more than a month with injury. So Gibson has hit 2 batters through the first 2 innings. First one was Stan Hack on a slider. That one with Hartnett looked like that had a little more meaning, although you can't really imagine any reason to throw at Hartnett, given Hartnett's struggle. 1-1 the count. Slider there. Rips outside. It's 2-1. Gibson from the set. Delivers. Curveball misses away. Now the count is 3-1. Bill Lang, the leadoff man, waits on deck. Gibson getting himself into a little trouble here in the second. Rocks and fires. That one is pulled foul, and the count goes full. Jamie knows usually you hit the catcher, someone is going to get hit in return. That is a valid point. We'll see how this one transpires. Full count offering, runners will be in motion. Struck him out! So Gibson picks up his 4th strikeout through the first 2 innings. Cubbies get their first hit. They leave 2 stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the second here at Busch. We're still scoreless. 4 strikeouts and 2 hits batsmen. That sounds very Gibson-esque. Here's Johnny Mize, 262. That average is down now a bit. But 23 homers, 4th in the National League, and 49 RBIs for the Big Cat. Warneke needed only 9 pitches to get through the first inning. He misses up and in here. Fastball misses well up again, and it's 2-0. He rocks and fires. Mize scalds that one in the right on a rope. Base hit for Johnny Mize to open up the bottom of the second. That would sound like a howitzer off the bat. Mize all over that pitch. 111 off the bat. Launch angle less than 10 degrees. Yeah, you could have hung your laundry on that. Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds batting 267. Hanging laundry outside reference. I'm obviously dating myself quite a bit. Edmonds, 16 homers, 44 RBI. Warneke from the set. Mize doesn't figure to be going anywhere. Big curveball, and that one gets past Hartnett. That goes all the way to the backstop, but Mize did not read it well. And Mize ends up staying. I don't think Mize knew that ball got past him, and it hit off the brick and did get back to Hartnett pretty quickly. So no harm, no foul there. But Warneke is behind Edmonds, 3-0. Campeau says Mize does not need a torpedo bat. No, he certainly does not. Johnny Mize hitting ropes all over the field. Three-one pitch down the left field line. That'll slice and find the seats. And the count goes full. This ball there is pulled foul. Stays full. See what Warneke comes with here. Great fastball. Edmonds gets a piece of another one and fouls it off. Good battle here. Lon Warneke and Jim Edmonds. Johnny Mize on first. Scoreless game. Bottom of the second here at Busch Stadium. Fastball off the plate for ball 4. Good at bat for Edmonds. And now the Cardinals have first and second and nobody out. And that'll bring up the rookie Ted Simmons. Simmons batting 263. He has basically taken the job from Yadi Molina. Redbird trying to get the crowd excited. Fastball from Warneke is in there for a called strike. I like these Cubs uniforms. I like the other ones better though. The '82 model, the darker blue tops with the white pants. But I used that the last time I did a Cubs broadcast. Simmons skies that one out to center. Lang gets it on the run and gets it in quickly. There's one away. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer batting .268, 11 homers, 37 RBIs. Boyer was down in the 230s the last time we saw the Cardinals. Boyer is maybe starting to get his act together a bit. Just the Cardinals have just had no consistency this year. If they pitch well, they don't hit. If they hit well, they don't pitch. Defense has been a constant for them. The Cardinals still one of the best defensive teams in the league. Fastball misses up high. 2-0 as Warneke works the Boyer. Fastball misses down and away, 3-0. George Hendrick recently called up from the minors, getting a time at designated hitter today, waits on deck. Rio offering from Warneke. Fastball misses outside for ball 4. So Lon Warneke has himself in trouble here in the bottom of this second inning. Bases are juiced for Hendrick. First pitch from Warneke. Hendrick swings and misses for strike 1. You see a homer, 3 RBIs. Hendrick called up a few weeks ago. Ball there at the knees, and Warneke is ahead of him 0-2. Cardinals fans will always get ramped up to play the Cubbies and vice versa. Trying to get behind Hendrick, looking for a big hit here. 0-2 offering, ties him up. It popped up to first, and Cavaretta puts it away for a huge second out. Hendrick gets tied up there. Barely got a piece of it. Cavaretta snares it. So now it's going to be up to the wizard, Ozzie Smith. Try to come through with a big hit here. Smith batting .279. Fastball misses inside. Inside corner to lefties. Hasn't been there so far. To go outside. That one is clearly outside. And the count is 2-0. 22 pitches in the inning for Warneke. Bases loaded. Smith not a power threat, but even so, 2-0 is a hitter's count here. And he sets and deals. Smith swings at a fastball and fouls it off. He from the set again. Delivers. High fastball, that's out of the zone. Smith hits it pretty well to right, but it's going to stay in the yard. Nicholson puts it away, and Warneke gets out of the jam. Ozzie went out of the zone to go for that one. Comes up with just a long, lazy fly ball. And we're still scoreless as we head to the third. Here's Bill Lang. Lang 0 for 1. Blew out his first time. And if you were tuning in, I mentioned this in good friend Beatles' chat a little while ago on his stream, but greatly appreciative. I made a post about this as well. For anyone who has subscribed to the channel, watches, chats, watch live, watch on tape delay. Basically, anytime any of you have all given me, I'm very excited that and somewhat dumbfounded, frankly, that the channel has reached 500 subscribers. Is pretty freaking cool. For something I just kind of started when COVID was going on. I started working on some projects, getting my passion for roster development back in. And when I started doing this, I certainly was not expecting to ultimately have 500 people subbing me. Hear me sit here and call video game sports in my basement. But really hugely appreciative. You guys made this hobby a heck of a lot of fun for me, so thank you very much. 5:03, there we go. We'll see if it gets down to 4.99 by morning. 2 down here in the top of the third. 2 quick outs for Gibson. Here's Stan Hack. Hack was hit by a pitch his first time up. Special shout out on that front to two guys, Chris Slovic and Al Red Sox fan, who were the first two guys I heard doing this kind of thing. And I tuned in like, is anybody really going to watch this? And then I realized I kept on going back and wanting to watch what they were doing. And so they got to know me and know that I did roster stuff. And they knew I had originally gone to college to do broadcasting. I ended up print journalism. But I originally went to do broadcasting. They were like, oh, you should totally do this. It's so much fun. And they were not mistaken. So I owe Chris and Al certainly a bit of a debt for getting me started doing this. So Warneke faces Langford here, bottom of the third inning. Yes, Beatles. Yes, Chris and Al are amazing. I haven't seen Al on for a while now, actually. I hope all is well with Al. One of the good dudes in this hobby, as is Chris. And me and Slovic. Chris and I have talked about doing that at times, and it just, our schedules don't really mesh with him being halfway around the world and all that kind of stuff. But one of these days, Slovic and I will figure out all the logistics and do a two-man booth game call. I feel like we would have to do we'd have to do a couple, but I certainly would want, I would be happy to be the backup guy on a Chris broadcast as well, do color for his play-by-play and vice versa. But would certainly be very, very happy to do that with Chris. He's a heck of a lot of fun. So 1 out, Hafey grounds out 1 foul. 0-2 the count here. Warneke delivers wicked curveball from Warneke, and Hafey goes down looking silly. Second strikeout for Warneke. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. So after laboring through the second, coming much more smoothly for Warneke here in this third inning so far. 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring up Hornsby. Hornsby is 0 for 1. Cardinals, 9.5 games out in the wild card race, 11 games out in the division. But we're still a week out from the All-Star break. There's plenty of season left. And it's not as though the Cardinals don't have the talent. Just a matter of, can they put it all together to try to make a run in the second half. Hornsby drives this one out of the gap in right center on the run. Nicholson, he'll get there. Nice play by Nicholson, and the side is retired. We're a third of the way through here at Busch Stadium. We're scoreless. Cubbies and Cards as we head to the fourth. So Bob Gibson cruised through that third inning.
Number 45.
He will start off facing Nicholson. Open things up here in the top of the fourth. Fastball in there for a called strike. Comes in with that slider back to Nicholson off the plate. Nicholson glares out there a bit. Get used to it, guys. Gibson's going to come inside if he didn't get the memo. Fastball. Gibson inside. It's 2-1. Pulls that one foul. That was a changeup. It was right down the middle. Gibson got away with one there. That was not the location that Bob Gibson wanted that pitch in. Simmons sets up inside. Gibson put that one out over the middle of the plate a bit, but it's chopped to Smith. Throw to first. Down goes Nicholson. There's one away.
Now batting, third baseman, Ron.
So that'll bring up Santos. Santos struck out his first time up. There's the Beatles Pirates. Game and a half out. Shaking off that long losing streak they had in June. It's still right there. What would be big for the Pirates is if Clemente starts to go on an upswing in the second half. Again, he's a rookie. If he can start getting something going. The deep shot to left, it hooks foul. Santo makes a bid at breaking this scoreless tie. 1 and 2 to count. Curveball there gets him. Gibson, that's the best curveball Gibson's thrown so far. 5th strikeout for Gibby. And there's 2 away here in the top of the 4th.
Number 8.
That one had some bite on it from Gibson. So here's Happ. He's over 1. Another curveball from Gibson is in there for strike 1. Half strikeout victim his first time up. Rocks and fires. Fastball misses down low. One pitch coming from Bob Gibson to Ian Happ. This ball misses down and away. Two one off. Ooh, curveball out of the zone. Happ goes fishing. The count goes to 2 and 2. Gibson into the big windup. Delivers, slider, rides inside. Javi Baez waits on deck. 3-2 offering from Gibson. And Happ goes down looking, fastball at the letters. Strikeout number 6 for Gibson. And down go the Cubs once again. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Cubs nothing, Cardinals nothing. Mize, Edmonds, and Simmons due up. So here's Johnny Mize. Mize singled his first time up, an absolute scorcher into right field. He rocks and fires. Mize first pitch swing, chops this one out to second. Baez throws it first, and there's one away.
Now batting, center fielder. Yeah, Edmonds.
So that'll bring up Jimmy Edmonds. Edmonds walked a lengthy at bat his first time up. Lon Warneke had a good battle. Edmonds got the win on that one. And he delivers. Edmonds pops it straight up the chute. Hartnett drifts a little bit back towards the screen. Hartnett puts it away. And very quickly, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
The catcher, Jay.
Edmonds knows after Mize went down quickly that he probably should not have tried to jump on that first pitch there. 2 down, here's Simmons. Simmons is 0 for 1. Simmons takes. One misses down low. Fastball, Simmons, fly ball to right. Nicholson is underneath it, puts it away. And it is a very easy inning for Lon Warneke. Bob Gibson's got to be saying, hey guys, let me have a little bit of a breather here. We head to the 5th. It's scoreless at Busch. So here's Baez, singled his first time up as we head to the 5th of a scoreless ball game. Cubbies got a great start from Bill Hutchison yesterday. They knocked Max Lanier around a bit. Cubbies took the opener in this series 9-1. That shot is hit pretty well to left. Going back on that is Langford near the wall. He leaps, he can't make the play. It's off the top of the wall. Baez rounds second, but he'll hold there. Javi Baez did not miss a home run by much. His 8th double of the season. He gave this ball a long ride. Langford gets back near the wall. He leaps. That may have actually hit off the top of the tip of Langford's glove. He's lucky he didn't knock it over. But the leadoff man is on. Baez has 2 hits. That'll bring up Hartnett. Dribbles that one down. Javi Baez, the one guy on the Cubs who's been able to get to Gibson today. Now, leadoff man in scoring position. Gibson's going to have to bear down a bit. The ball misses down low. The way Hartnett's struggling, he's going to want to go after him. Hartnett, of course, was hit by a pitch. And again, Gibson has hit 2 batters in this game. Hartnett was none too pleased when he got flung. For a ball there, misses down low. Discipline from Hartnett. 2-1 pitch. This is down low. 3-1. Bill Dallin waits on deck. An overcast night here in St. Louis. No rain, though. Gibson deals. Fastball is in for a call and strike. It's 3-2. Gibson delivers. Fastball, Hartnett. Fly ball to left. That's a lazy fly. Langford is camped out underneath it. Puts it away. Baez heads back to second, and there's one away.
Now batting, number 53.
So here's Bill Dallin. Dallin 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Breaking ball. Slider is in there for a strike. And these are the 69 Cubbies uniforms and the 51 Cardinals uniforms, if I remember correctly. Curveball there is fouled off. It's 0-2. Gibson ahead of Dallin here. Trying to work around the leadoff double from Baez. 0-2 pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3. That's a beauty from Gibson. 7 strikeouts for Bob Gibson, and there's 2 outs here in the 5th. Painting the black, and Dallin knew it. So now it's going to be up to Bill Lang as the order turns over. Lang is 0 for 2. Curveball, on the corner at the knees. Lang objecting without words. He very clearly did not agree with that call. Gibson from the set. Fastball off the plate. It's 1-1. Gibson from the set again. Delivers. Fastball misses down low. Takes a peek at Baez. Slider doesn't slide. It stays inside. Ed Simmons trying to get Gibson to calm down a bit. Tell him to go easy. 3-1 pitch from Gibson. Fastball there, chopped down to first. Mize has it. Gibson covers. Lang gets down the line well, but Gibson gets over. And the side is retired. So Gibson works around the leadoff double from Baez. Terrific pitcher's duel here at Busch. We're midway through. Cubs and Cardinals scoreless. Here's Ken Boyer to face Lon Warneke. 4-pitch, 4th inning for Warneke. Boyer walked his first time up. Out-of-town scoreboard, Yankees defeat the Mariners 6-2 behind 8 strong innings from Jack Cheeseborough. Indians all over the Angels, and don't look now, but the Indians are surging. Complete game 4-hit shutout for Corey Kluber. The Indians now find themselves only 4.5 games out of a playoff spot despite a horrible start to the season. Royals defeat the White Sox 5-0 in Chicago behind Doug Davis's first start since his call-up, a complete game shutout. Astros defeat Pedro Martinez and the Red Sox in Houston behind Mike Scott. Cesar Cedeno, his 16th home run of the year for the Astros. Rangers lead the Athletics in Arlington 2-1. Ricky Henderson, his 7th home run of the year for the A's solo run. Adrian Beltre has a pair of RBIs. Game seen here on the channel. Tigers and Twins. The game was broadcast last night from Tiger Stadium in Detroit. Braves defeat the Reds 4-3 in Cincinnati. John Smoltz with the victory there. Craig Kimbrell with 26 saves. As down goes Boyer, third strikeout for Warneke. Bob Warner, his 15th home run of the year for the Braves now. The Phillies, despite injuries, take down the Expos 5-2 in Montreal behind Robin Roberts. Again, the Phillies playing without reigning most valuable player Chuck Klein, who has a torn hamstring that's going to keep him out until August. And they've also lost Sliding Billy Hamilton. Hamilton's was an ACL sprain. He's supposed to be back in the lineup this week, though. Kind of averting danger there. But despite those two absences, the Phillies in cruise control atop of the National League East. Rockies defeat the Diamondbacks 3-2 in Arizona behind Darryl Kyle, who threw 7 scoreless innings in that one. Dodgers lead the Padres 3-0 in L.A. in the second. Mike Scioscia, bases clearing double in that one to give the Dodgers the lead. Brewers and Giants from Candlestick later. Corbin Burns and Larry Danson, the pitching matchup there. 1 out, 1-2 the count here as Warneke works George Hendrick. Scoreless ball game, bottom of the 5th. Change up, this is down low. It's 2-2. Martin sets up inside. Warneke comes inside. Hendrick gets a piece. Fouls it off to stay alive. Warneke rocks and finds. Fastball misses up high, and the count goes full. The Wizard waits on deck. Warneke fires Hendrick. Fly ball out to right. Nicholson's underneath it. Can of corn, such as it is. And there's 2 away.
The batter, number 1, shortstop, Ozzie.
So here's Ozzie. Ozzie flew out back in the second with the bases loaded. Went a little bit out of the zone to chase a high hitter from Warneke and didn't quite get on. Warneke trying to keep pace with Gibson here. So far, he's been able to do it. Smith fouls one off on the first pitch. Good curveball there from Warneke. That's his bread and butter. He's ahead of Smith 0-2. Curveball. Smith lays off that one. Smith the switch hitter, batting from the left side. 1-2 pitch from Warneke. A fastball just off the plate. 2-2 offer. Smith lashes that one foul. Two-two pitch. Smith pulls it down to first. Cavaretta has it. Warneke gets over to cover. And the side is retired. So we are through 5 here at Busch. Warneke and Gibson locked up in a terrific pitcher's duel. As we head to the 6th, Cavaretta, Hack, and Nicholson Due up for Chicago. Here's Phil Cavaretta, 0 for 2. He is lined out and grounded out.
The first baseman, number 44.
Home run for the Cubs in yesterday's win. Fastball misses outside. Pitch number 75 for Gibson. So Bob Gibson cares about pitch count, but the manager might. Gibson rocks and fires. Fastball misses up high. Two and 0 the count. Gibson delivers. Changeup is in for a called strike. It's 2 and 1. Gibson has struck out 7 through the first 5. He's allowed 2 hits, both to Javi Baez. Cavaretta pops it up on the infield. Boyer tells everybody he's got it, and he does. There's one away.
Now batting, designated hitter, Stan Hack.
So here's Stan Hack. Hack is 0 for 1. He was also hit by a pitch. This ball from Gibson misses just inside. Hack's 7th in the National League in double, 24. First ball there, misses down low. Gibson falls behind Hack, 2-0 as he did to Cavaretta. Slider in there for a called strike. Gibson rocks and fires. Fastball, full foul, and the count goes to 2-2. Gibson deals. Fly ball to left. Langford barely has to move. Two-handed grab, 2 away.
The batter, number 45.
So that'll bring up Nicholson. He is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out after a 4 for 5 day yesterday. Slider misses up high. Offering misses down and in. So 3 straight batters now. Gibson's fallen behind, 2-0. Gibson pulls that one and hits off the bag. Mize has to play it on the deflection. Nicholson beats it out. So that ball right down the line, it hit off the bag. Mize kind of lost track of it as it shot straight up. Mize, looking around, had no idea where that ball had gone by the time it came down. Nicholson, that was a bang play at first. Ooh, very close, but Nicholson by half a step gets there. So an infield hit for Nicholson, and that'll bring up Santo. He's 0 for 2. That hadn't hit the base. That's an extra base hit. Although Mize may have actually made the play. He was guarding the line. Santo was struck out both times up. Ball there. Caught a bit too much plate. Santo gets a hold of it. Pulls it down. So Gibson ahead of Santo here, 0-2. Nicholson on first. 2 outs of a scoreless ball game in the top of the 6th. Slider there. Santo grounds it down to Boyer. Goes the short way to Hornsby at second. And the side is retired. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th in St. Louis. Still scoreless. Langford, Hafey, and Hornsby due up for the Redbirds. So here's Langford, 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded it. 66 pitches through 5 for Warneke. A very reasonable pitch count. Fastball misses inside. It's 1-0. He rocks and fires. That one's on the corner, 1-1. Warneke working pretty quickly here. Gets the ball back, wants to chuck again. Throws a knuckleball in there. That's the first knuckleball we've seen Warneke throw. Fifth pitch in a 5-pitch arsenal. It's largely made up of curveballs. But he's ahead of Langford 1-2. Fastball there. Langford pulls it down. He rocks and fires. Fastball misses inside. 2-2. Throws another knuckler. So Warneke all of a sudden in the 6th inning decides, hey, I've got this pitch in my arsenal. Let's throw a couple of them. Down is full as he works to Langford. Pitch there, Langford slashes it, base hit the other way. Good piece of hitting there from Ray Langford. And the leadoff man is on for the Cardinals.
The right fielder, number 7, Dick Tracy.
So that'll bring up Chick Hafey. He's 0 for 2. Struck out and popped out. Redbird trying to get the crowd at Busch behind their squad here. That's never a problem here in St. Louis. He deals. First pitch fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Hafey's emergence, of course, ended up making J.D. Drew expendables. Drew was traded to the Twins last year, and he has thrived in Minnesota. But they were figuring that Brian Jordan would certainly be a part of things, and Jordan has been sent down because Jordan just hasn't hit at all this year. So they sent him down in the minors. That's what precipitated the call up to George Hendricks. 1-1 pitch from Warneke is in there for a call strike. It's 1-2. He deals again. Hafey goes after the changeup. Down he goes. 4th strikeout for Warneke, and this one away. Here's Rogers Hornsby. 0 for 2. Hornsby's average now down to 250. I will lay you good odds that the Raja will not be hitting 250 when this season ends. And a 3-time All-Star. He's been the best second baseman in the game for the FSBL. Fastball, there's a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Cardinals simply just have not gotten consistencies from virtually anybody other than Mize, and honestly Ray Langford has had a really good year too. But Hornsby does not like that call. He's in an 0-2 hole. He's thinking, I'm scuffling, man. Don't be screwing me with bad calls. 0-2 pitch. Curveball way out there. Throw down to second from Hartnett. It's not in time. It's a stolen base for Ray Langford. His 14th, and the Cardinals have a runner in scoring position. Good jump from Langford on the big curveball. Again, curveball is Warneke's best pitch. 1-2 now the count to Hornsby. Curveball. Outside in the dirt, blocked nicely by Hartnett. It is an ill-advised throw down to second. 2-2 pitch from Warneke. Hornsby, deep drive, forget that. Rogers Hornsby unloads and the Cardinals break the scoreless ball game. 2-run jack for Rogers Hornsby, his 16th of the season. And it's 2-0 St. Louis. Hornsby unloads deep into the ninth. You know it's there. He's done it for 3 years. Hornsby's struggles in the first half, a big part of the Cardinals' struggles. But they will hope that he can break out and the Cardinals can break out in the second half. A long home run off the bat of Rogers Hornsby, an absolute no doubter. And it's 2-0 St. Louis. 429 feet into the seats over the bullpen in left center. That is a bomb. 2-0 Cardinals. Here's Mize. Mize hits one deep to left center. That one's carrying back on the run. Good range from Bill Lang, who tracks it down in the gap for the second out. That was a long run for Lang, who was playing Mize to full. Not sure where Ian Happ was, that he was having such a hard time getting to that ball, but no harm, no foul. Cubs get the out. Here's Edmonds. Fields goes to Raja. Yes, I do Fields would like that one. Ground ball to second. Routine play. Baez throws to first. And the side is retired, but Hornsby, uniform glitch aside, goes deep for the Cardinals, not the Cubs. It's 2-0 St. Louis. So now Gibson staked to a lead. Starts off the top of the seventh against Ian Happ. Gibson starts at 89 pitches. Happ is 0 for 2. He has struck out both times. First pitch from Gibson, a slider in there for a called strike. Chuck Taylor and Todd Worrell are out in the Cardinals bullpen, and if Bob Gibson notices that, he might punch somebody. 0-1 the count. Change up off the plate. It's 1-1. Try to take Bob Gibson out of this game before he allows a run. There might be felony assault on the pitcher's mound. 1-1 the count. Gibson misses down and in. Fastball misses up and away. To be fair, over the last couple of innings, Gibson has been falling behind hitters a bit. There's still a 0 on the scoreboard. 3-1 the count. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count goes full. Cardinals bullpen has been a big part of their issues so far this year. Gibson rocks and fires. Half fouls it off. Closer Al Hrabosky has lost the closer's job. Full count from Gibson. In there, called strike 3. Half goes down looking. Strikeout number 8 for Bob Gibson. And there's one away here in the 7th. So Gibson freezes Half. Here's Baez. Baez has both Cubs hits. Actually, 2 of the 3 hits. Nicholson had the infield one off the bat. Baez just missed a homer his last time up. Off the top of the wall and left. 0-1 breaking ball. Fly ball to right. Hafey doesn't even move. Puts it away for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Hartnett. Hartnett is 0 for 1. He's also been hit by a pitch. That's ball from Gibson. Is a called strike at the knee. Ground ball to short, right at the Wizard. Plenty of time to throw out the slow-footed Hartnett. And the side is retired. 7 scoreless for Bob Gibson. It's 7th inning stretch time here at Busch. 2-0 Cardinals. Simmons, Boyer, and Hendrick due up. So Warneke at 84 pitches will stay in to start the bottom of the 7th. He will face Ted Simmons. Simmons is 0 for 2. First pitch swinging. Simmons put this one out to center, but Lang is there. Puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 7th.
Up next for the Cardinals, the third baseman, Ken.
That'll bring up Ken Boyer. I just want to make sure that the Cubs have some sort of bullpen action going. And they do. They just started. Elston the righty, Marshall the lefty. We like to see that. That's fine. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer, first pitch swinging. Ground ball third. The Cardinals did this a couple innings ago. So maybe Gibson is telling them, I'm fine getting right back out there on the mound. But I think if that was something that Gibson did not want, Gibson would have made himself very clear that he did not want them to do that, and they would not do it again for fear of their life. Here's Hendrick. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Hendrick is 0 for 2. Takes a curveball away. There you see that Cubbies bullpen. Don Elston, the right-hander. Sean Marshall, the left. Hendrick, ground ball in the hole. Nice play by Dowling on the backhand. Throws the first. And the side is retired. So we're through 7 here at Busch. We'll see if Gibson comes out to start the 8th. I'm inclined to think that he will, with a 2-0 lead. And he will. So I won't take Gibson out unless he gives up a base runner, and even then, I probably won't do it. It kind of depends on the matchup. It's against a lefty maybe, but we'll see. 44,831 here at Busch. Bill Dowling is 0 for 2. Takes the fastball at the knees. It's 1-1. Cubs do not have a great bench. Slider there from Gibson. This is down low. It's 2-1. Misses inside. 3-1. Behind 3-1 on the 9-hitter, Bill Dowling. Bill Lang waits on deck. Gibson rocks and fires. 3-1 fastball, catches the black on the outside corner, and the count goes full. 3-2 offering. Fastball misses up high, and Gibson's mad at himself. He knew he overthrew that one. Misses up high, so now Lang comes to the plate as the tying run here. Gibson at 106 pitches. Next base runner, I think Gibson comes out. Fastball is in for a call and strike. From the set. Curveball misses away. You want to make sure that they have a left. I'm not sure the Cardinals even have a lefty in their bullpen. Now that I'm thinking about it. Howell's the closer. They've got Howell warming up already. That's interesting. They do. Oh, but it's Grabowski. Oh no, they got Steve Klein out there for a long time. You're not going to the closer yet. You're going to sit Howell here. You're going to get Klein up. Grabowski's been terrible. Although he started to pitch better since he lost the closer's job. His ERA was up over 6 when he lost the closer's job. But we're going to get the lefty Klein up. Got 2 lefties up next. We'll see what happens here. I'm not a slave to platoon by any means, especially with Gibson throwing the way he's throwing. But Lang dribbles that one foul. Count is 1-2. And on first, nobody out. 2-0 Cardinals. Gibson has been spectacular. 1-2 pitch. Curveball misses down low. Gibson has allowed 3 hits through 7. He has struck out 8. Gibson checks the runner and delivers. Ground ball to second. Hornsby on the backhand. Flips to Smith. 4, 6. Not going to get him at first. Lang runs too well. Nice play there by Hornsby on the backhand. They get the lead man 1 down, and that'll bring up Cavaretta. All right. So we got to see here. 111 pitches, which I know in real life is not, Gibson was throwing 150 pitches. I get it. But the game really isn't designed for that. I've got it. I've got the game settings and ratings and stuff like that created such that these guys can go. You can get them into like 120 or so, 125 for your old school, really tough, your Gibsons, your Seavers, those kind of guys. But he's at 111, and you got 2 lefties coming up. They sat Klein and put Howell back up. Terrible idea. These are the kind of machinations that got to run. But it's 3 straight lefties coming up. And Cavaretta is so much worse against lefties. All 3 of them are. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a mound visit. The Klein is past 3/4 stamina. You can see that energy on Gibson is getting a little bit low. Klein is past it. Man, he still have 3 hits and he hasn't allowed a run as of yet. I may live to regret this. I'm gonna let Gibson pitch to Cavaretta here, and then take it from there. One on, 1 out. Cavaretta is 0 for 3. He takes a slider in for the called strike. Gibson is at 112 pitches. Checks the runner. Delivers at the knees, and he's ahead of Cavaretta 0-2. Good work from Gibson. He got the mound visit. He was able to talk his way to stay in the ballgame. 0-2 pitch. Curveball. Cavaretta flinches but doesn't go, and it's 1-2. Gibson from the set again. Delivery. Cavaretta. Fly ball, but it'll stay well in the yard. Edmonds underneath it. Puts it away for the 2nd out. So now, 2 down. That'll bring up Stan Hack. Gibson at 115 pitches. And he's going to stay in. Hack is 0 for 2. He's also been hit by a pitch. Retribution for getting hit by that pitch if Hack can do something here. Well, he was hit with a slider, so it wasn't like Gibson was chucking at him. Maybe. First pitch slider there is a called strike. 0-1 the count. Crowd here at Busch Stadium behind Bob Gibson. They know one way or another this is the last hitter Gibson's going to face. Pickoff throw to first. Lang dives back in. And 1 the count. Gibson comes to the set. Rocks and fires. Runner goes. Pitch out. Simmons throws a strike down to second, and they get him. Oh, the Cardinals guess right, and Ted Simmons throws a dart down to second base. Phil Lang is thrown out stealing, and that retires the side. Questionable call there. We're going to check that one on the replay. Sean Marshall will check in. Lon Warneke's day is done. Marshall 2-1 at 2.84 earned run average in 24 appearances. A very strong year to this point for Sean Marshall. He'll come in to turn Ozzie Smith around on the right-hand side. Smith is 0 for 2. A couple things we're going to do here. First, Warneke out of the game. 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. A very strong performance from Lon Warneke. He has pitched well. Gibson's just been better. 2-run homer from Roger Hornsby, the only blemish on Lon Warneke's day. We're also going to check out the replay there on the throw down to second. Pitch out, Simmons' throw. Woo! Oh my goodness. Hands just barely. Wow. Oh, that is very close, but they got him. They got the call right. All right, so Marshall to face Ozzie here, bottom of the 8th inning. Smith is 0 for 2. That's a huge caught stealing there for Ted Simmons. That is a great job. Smith dunks it out in the center. There's a base hit. Almost hits the umpire. I'm not sure how the umpire couldn't get out of the way of that slowly hit ball, but they're umpires, not athletes. Luke base hit, single for Smith. So the order turns over. Here's Ray Langford. In the top of the 9th, if the game doesn't pull Gibson, I will give Gibson a base runner. I'm inclined to think that he's done. Slider is in there for a called strike. Langford is 1 for 3. Another good curveball from Marshall. He's ahead of Langford 0-2. 14 here at 12:30 in the morning. I like that stuff. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Got a good one going here. Langford gives this ball a ride out to right. Nicholson still going back, but he makes the grab a step shy of the wall. Langford hit that one, and that ball just kind of kept on carrying, but good job by Bill Nicholson to stick with it. 1 away, and that'll bring up Chick Hafey. Hafey is 0 for 3. Marshall from the set. The speedy Ozzie Smith at first. Curveball misses down low. The set. Hooks in, fastball right down the gut. Hafey takes, and it's 1-1. Marshall gets the sign from Hartnett. Delivers, curveball misses down low. Two 2-1 offering coming from Marshall. Cutter off the plate. 3-1. Rogers Hornsby, who has the big blow in the ball game, waits on deck. Three and one the count. Marshall delivers. Hafey swings and misses. Wicked curveball there from Marshall, and the count goes full. Hornsby waits on deck. Curveball swung on and missed. Down goes Hafey, 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Marshall's curveball, all sorts of movement. Hafey with a somewhat awkward hack there. Nice work by Marshall. So that'll bring up Hornsby. 1 for 3, a 2-run shot his last time up. Throw over to first. You know what? He's faced 3 guys. Oh, there's 2 lefties up next. That's why the game didn't go to take him out. So much of it. It's 2 righties. Don Elston. How have they done? Oops, sorry about that. Elston. Elston's been solid. Elston and Rodriguez have both actually been very good. Multiple lefties. They're going to take a chance here for the Cubs. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to focus on Hornsby, I think. I'm actually going to let Elston come into this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
So Don Elston will come in for Sean Marshall with 2 outs to try to get Hornsby. Elston 0-1, a 1.48 ERA in 24 appearances. Elston has done a very fine job. The Cubs bullpen as a whole has been very solid. This is admittedly a bit of a dangerous move because if Hornsby gets on, Elston still has to stay in and face a couple of lefty batters after him. First pitch fastball from Elston is in for a called strike. You see Hornsby, the big 2-run homer in the 6th, accounting for the only runs of this ballgame. Elston from the set. Takes a peek over at Smith, who has shown no inclination to run as of yet. Curveball misses outside. Felix Rodriguez, the former Giant, throwing in the Cubs bullpen. Felix Rodriguez comes into this game. Things have gotten bad for the Cubs. Breaking ball, runner goes. Throw down to second from Hartnett, and there was no way you were throwing out Ozzie Smith on that pitch. 21st stolen base of the year for the Wizards. So now it's 2-1 to Hornsby. Out here in St. Louis would love one more insurance run. Fastball misses inside. It's 3-1. Johnny Mize waits on deck. Crowd is buzzing here at Busch. Elston deals. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count goes full. 3-2 pitch coming from Elston to Hornsby. And that shot is hit out to left, but it'll stay in the park. Happ is there. Puts it away, and the side is retired. So Elston gets it done. The bullpen move works. We head to the top of the 9th here in St. Louis. 2-0 Cardinals. Hack, Nicholson, and Santo due up. And they're gonna let Gibson start the inning. All right, he gets a base runner, and then we'll go to a closer. But Bob Gibson at 117 pitches gets to start the 9th. Hack is 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. First pitch swinging, fly ball to right. Hafey is underneath it. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 9th inning. Here's Nicholson, 1 for 3. And Gibson has allowed 3 hits. He has struck out 8. Curveball there, misses down low. 1-0 curveball. Nicholson pushes that one foul. Out on its collective feet here in St. Louis. 1-1 slider from Gibson misses inside. Gibson rocks and fires again. Fastball there, up and away. It's 3-1. Ron Santo, struggling this year but dangerous, waits on deck. Gibson delivers. Nicholson fouls it off and the count goes full. High cheddar from Gibson. Full count offering from Gibson to Nicholson. 3-2 pitch. Fastball misses down low, and that's ball 4. And you can see the frustration on Gibson's face. He knows, wow, the game is not going to take him out. I'm going to override the game there. I said I would give him a base runner. My sentimentality of loving Bob Gibson, I still think in this situation, he's labored through the 7th, he's labored through the 8th, and he still got it done. But terrific outing from Gibson, but at this point at 124, it's going to say that he's exhausted. Howell is warm. That's why you have a closer. Howell's been great, 1.32. And again, you do get another mound visit. Yeah, his energy is sapped. His energy is sapped. Terrific work from Gibson, but they're going to let Howell go to finish this one. So Jay Howell acquired this past offseason in a trade that sent Ripper Collins to the Dodgers. And Gibson gives up the ball willingly there. He knows he got the opportunity to fight his way into this ninth inning. Gibson tips the cap to the crowd after a spectacular performance, and now it'll be up to Howell to close this out. Howell is 0-1, a 1.32 ERA, has converted 6 of 7 save opportunities. He's taking over the closer's role. Cubs, what does the Cubs bench look like? Let's see. Yeah, their bench is weak, with the exception of Pafko and maybe Durham. But I don't think you're pinch hitting Leon Durham for Ron Santo here. Durham's only hitting 238. If you get down to Hartnett as bad as Hartnett has been, I'd let Durham pinch hit for Hartnett. But for now, we're going to play this straight up. If this gets down to Hartnett, the Cubs have done something good. But we're going to let Santo keep his at bat here. So 1 out, 1 on. Santo's the tying run against Jay Howell. Smacks that one foul. 8 1/3 scoreless for Bob Gibson, though the runner at first would be on Gibson's ledger. Fastball misses outside. It's 1-1. Appreciate you all tuning in. You've been treated to a good one here. This has been a fun one to call. Terrific duel between Bob Gibson and Lon Warneke. Curveball misses down and in. 2-1 the count. Fastball swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet. Breaking ball there, fools Santo, but he gets a piece to stay alive. Two and two the count. Howell delivers. Curveball, fly ball, that's hit pretty well to center. That's hit well. Edmonds is back near the wall, tracks it down on the warning track. Oh, Santo gave that one a ride, and it was slicing away from Edmonds, but he tracks it down. And the Cubs are down to their final out. Hard in the chest time. Well, I guess hard is always in the chest. Hard in the throat time for Cardinals fans there. Here's Ian Happ. Happ is 0 for 3. Fastball from Howell misses outside. 1-0 the count. Fastball is fouled off, and the count goes to 1-1. Happ has done a very nice job for the Cubs this season. No for today, notwithstanding. Slider there from Howell pushes him back. It's 2-1. Crowd, nobody's sitting here at Busch Stadium. Fastball low, Happ chases, and the Cubs are down to their final strike. 2-2 the count. Howell delivers. Happ gets a piece to stay alive. 2-2 the count once more. Howell delivers again. Curveball blocked by Simmons. Wisely, nobody trying to advance there. Run means nothing. Javi Baez waits on deck. Full count offering from Howell. Misses inside. That's going to be ball 4 anyway. So now the tying runs are aboard. Javi Baez, who has 2 hits in the ballgame, will stay on. Leon Durham is going to run. Durham wasn't slow, but Durham wasn't fast. But who's he running? Well, oh man, that's a really bad decision actually, because it means that I can't really pinch. I mean, I'd still pinch hit Pafko for Hartnett. It just means I don't have a lefty bat to pinch hit for Hartnett with if I get to him. but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Durham at second, Happ on first. Baez 2 for 3 on the day, a single and a double. The Cubs only got 3 hits off of Bob Gibson. Baez had 2 of them. Now he faces Howell. Here in the ninth, fastball misses down low. This would just be a devastating one to let get away if you're the Cardinals. 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses high. Howell fighting some control issues here. 2-0 the count. Howell delivers. Check swing, called strike. Howell gets the sign from Ted Simmons. Breaking ball there, grounded to short. Smith has it, goes to Hornsby for the force, and the ball game is over. And the Cardinals, behind a stellar performance from Bob Gibson and a 2-run jack from Rogers Hornsby, take down the Cubs 2-0 in a splendid pitcher's duel here at Busch Stadium. Wasn't smooth, but Howell picks up his 7th save. Gibson improves to 7-4. Warneke, the tough luck loser in this one, falls to 6-6. And the Cardinals, still a lot of work to do, of course. It has been a miserable first half for St. Louis. But the recipe they followed today, terrific pitching, big hit from Rogers Hornsby, who has had a rough first half. I think Hornsby's going to have a big second half. I don't know if that means the Cardinals are going to make a run, but I think Hornsby is going to have a very, very strong second half for the Cardinals. The win goes to Gibson, 8 1/3, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, and most importantly, no runs allowed. Lon Warneke, as we mentioned, the tough luck loser, 7 innings, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 runs on the Hornsby homer, Hornsby's 16th of the season. In the 6th, the only runs of the ball game, Jay Howell picks up save number 7. Gibson, of course, gets player of the game. Your final line score, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Cardinals. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Cubbies. I appreciate it, Beatles. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, that was a fun one. I don't mind a good offensive game, but man, I love a pitcher's duel. I was a pitcher. I love a good pitcher's duel, especially an iconic guy like Gibson pitching like he's supposed to. That's just fun stuff. So Gibson, that should get Gibson's ERA after his early season struggles. That should get down below 3, 2.88. That's more like it. So that will wrap it up from here. Again, I hugely appreciate you guys all tuning in here. Appreciate the chat. Go check out our good friend Beatles Eternally's channel. SGJ Jamie was here. Check out Jamie's Sports Gaming Journal, his group on Facebook. Check that out. He does a really fun publication there. If you're not familiar with it, give a like and a follow there. Scroll back, make sure I don't miss anybody. Corey Highfield was here as well. And that's our crew as far as the chatters. But we were up over 20 people watching this game. That was a fun one. That was a good one to keep people attached for. So, as always, I appreciate you tuning in. Bang that like button if you have not. Subscribe if you haven't as of yet. And most importantly, everybody, be good to each other. And we'll talk soon. Hopefully be back with the game late tomorrow night. Have a good one, everybody.